All right. So, I mean, I don't have an agenda today because, yeah, I think most points were discussed a couple of weeks back. But basically, planthro BIBLIO has been reviewed 99%, so it's done. There was one request we made last week was to try and press on to try and publish all the material we have in the log list by the end of the year, which I calculated would be around 40, 50 entries per editor in the next 4 months. So it's not a huge amount, but it's more than what we've been doing. And then the idea was to pass on from then. Once we finish with this, with the current list, and we are enrolling a new editor, Vito Hernandez from Manila in the Philippines. So as soon as we are done with that, then the idea, the proposal that I was trying to make was to then for each of the editor to choose either a geographical area or an interest area and specialize a bit more on covering that area, right? So say we can do by continent, or we can do by content, or we can do both, right? So that was a way also for each of the editors to become more independent in a way, so that we don't, so that there's not only or mostly one person picking up all the content, but I think after 1 year of working on publishing, I don't know. I don't know if you. What do you feel, Pallavi? That would you like to be more like proactive and pick your content? And is there any area that you have that you find that is more interesting to you geographically, either geographically or content-wise?
I just think that I think it's a great area to go into. Right now, I just feel we are too few editors and just a lot of topics, but I think it is a great next step. And I think I would like to, specialize in probably a few fields.
Yeah, so that's great. So I think we should use these next few months to, well, finish up what we have. And I think we are now running towards 500 entries, more or less, on the webpage. I've seen, there's been some increase in the posting, in the publishing of posts in the past couple of weeks. So I think we can be done fairly quickly, also with the addition of Vito. And then it will be a team of 5, I think.
Okay.
At the moment. And then, of course, I mean, we can recruit more as we go. I've tried another person, but there was no response. But I think it would be more sustainable if each editor slowly build up their own expertise.
Yeah, and I did post about our work on our public library, and I did get 2 interests from students, but the moment they realized that it was not paid, then they didn't follow up. But, yeah.
Well, I mean, at some point, I guess when we'll be able to pay, it will be much easier to recruit.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure about that. It's not the case yet, but we are looking into that as well. Yeah. So I think. Go on.
Yeah. So I've been playing catch up with our past video, the meetings that we've taped and what we've over the email, and I'm almost up to speed. And I think we can totally achieve the aim of doing 50, 60 entries by the end of the year. And I think I'm committed for a few months, and then once summer comes again, I will not be able to be available that much. But till that time, I can work on this. And I had just one query about how to post videos. I just wanted to know how to post videos, like how we post an image, how to post videos. I've not had the need to do that before, but now I see that summer coming up and I need to post videos. So I just wanted to know if over email, or there are some instructions as to how to do it?
I mean, if you want to post content like documentaries or I mean something that has a video in the original, like we've been posting documentaries. So these are
Right,
videos,
yeah.
but we are not posting the video, the actual video. We're just posting screen capture.
Oh, okay, okay.
But I know that Amit is working on the possibility to post a moving image.
Okay, okay. I thought we have already done it, and I haven't learned how to do it as yet.
Yeah,
Right.
no,
I
it's
just
not implemented yet.
So technically, these days it's a very done thing to have a pop-up with embedded video, YouTube video, or other TED video, etc., playing right there. I checked, the technology we are using, the template that we are using is not readily making it available to us, and I have. It's more technical work that I can personally do, to be honest, and I have kept it for version 3 of our website. For
so
now,
we
we are reviewing the video and we're taking a good screenshot from the video and putting it up as an image.
Okay.
Of course, linking it with the original source.
Right. So, but for the time being, we can post. I mean, you can check any of the. Sorry, Pallavi.
So when you say link it with the original, it just means the link goes at the bottom where we give the link, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
So if you have a video with a a movie like whatever the day after tomorrow, then you post the synopsis of the movie, title the day after tomorrow. Maybe you can put the director and link a nice image of the from the movie, or and then it links out to the web page where the source video can be found.
Okay.
Yeah, this is how we've been doing for TED Talks, documentaries so far. So we can. Yeah, then good piece of news. I don't know if you've seen, but yesterday, in the last couple of weeks, we made a submission to the World is an association, the World Alliance. You've seen that. So I think it's a good sign that we had a positive response. I mean, it doesn't imply any funding for the time being, but it means that we can post there our projects. So planthro BIBLIO, for example, or Wiki, or whatever we decide to do in the future. It gives us visibility, and also I think is a recognition that what we have done with planthro BIBLIO is seen as a professional enough work to be accepted as members. So I think it's a good feedback we got there. So I'm very happy. I think I start feeling more confident with planthro BIBLIO, with the corporate webpage. I think we're going in the right direction. Yeah. So for the rest, I mean, I have no other requests apart from trying to work towards this transition slowly, where editors become more independent. Of course, as long as we can keep extending, it would be good. Sorry, I need to. Yeah. I don't know if you have any other questions, maybe also from the last recording. It's good that you watched it.
Yeah, I didn't watch the one before that, but I watched the last one. And the news section that you are planning to do, it's going to be part of BIBLIO, and is it going to be a separate section? How is it? Because I was wondering that we have to provide all the information in a very unbiased way. So how do we approach news like that?
Yeah, I mean, this is, I'm happy if we take this kind of choice together so that I don't have all the burden. I've been thinking there are many things. I think for some kind of content, we could already make a separate thread, like all the COP, the COP events, or TED. I mean, we've been talking about this, and I know that Amit was not very positive about having separate threads. I think for the moment we can keep everything together in the same under the same web page and heading. But in time, I mean, we could have different products as we have different. I think I see Biblio more and more as a same structure as a newspaper web page, although we are not daily. We don't have daily issues. It's more of a continuous stream. But I think we could have how you call them in a newspaper, rubriche, or specialized sections of the newspaper. But we should have to think. I mean, we should have to spend some time thinking how we make these different sections. I think they should make sense with the material we have at the moment.
Yeah, see, technically our labels and the search allows for such a dynamic section to be created by the user.
Yeah.
So for example, I can choose a particular label and a certain keyword and create a section of my own. But I would be, and COP is perhaps still okay. But for example, United Nations is perhaps okay. But I would be wary of creating a section for New York Times or Economist or YouTube for that matter.
Yeah, I understand that. And again, I mean, we had sections at the beginning. We got rid of them with the new web page.
Yeah, we chose the paradigm of labels instead of sections.
Basically. Yeah, exactly.
So what and we have named the labels as categories basically. So that's what we are following.
Yeah, but one issue we will have when we go to specialization, this is something I mentioned in the last meeting, is that we shouldn't. I mean, the fact that I'm specializing on Europe, say, it doesn't have to mean that I only do Europe, because there would be imbalances, for several reasons, because some editors are more active than others, or because there are more news coming from one region than the other. So I think we should remain very open to catching. I mean, specialization means, if I'm contacted, say you are responsible for United States, right? And I'm contacted from someone who asks me, a company from the United States, they tell me, I would like you to post on, our content, like it was the case with this gallery a few weeks back. Then, it would be good that we have an editor who is more expert in that area, and the person can be redirected to that editor.
Right. So let me tell you, we have certain, let's say, possibilities of making a section. For example, if I have to make a section on research, I can, with the quick click or intelligent way to create a hyperlink, I can create that section. Suppose the question here is about geography. Then what we can very quickly do is introduce new set of labels. For example, Europe, Asia, worldwide, America, and so on. But one of the things on the editors will be to actually retrospectively on the 400 entries also put those new labels as appropriate.
Yeah, I mean, this can be done. I've done it. I think I spent 3-4 days reviewing the whole web page, and that was included, fetching new images, revising some of the links. I think if it's just a matter of adding a couple of labels per entry, you can do
and
quite a few very quickly.
It's really possible. If you are aware of the entries, you can just look at the titles and you will be able to tell which labels you have. And some of them, like papers, for example, well, actually papers could be geography specific also. So that is one. My only comfort with going back and doing the whole thing is that we can decide on our own pace. For example, if we introduce these geography labels, the only comfort with doing the whole thing again, going back and doing the whole thing again, is that we can decide on our own pace. And let's say we
something wrong.
So suppose we decide to put these new labels till the time it is done for previous entries. Let's say it is done only for last 100 entries but not last 400. The other 3 300 will be only invisible from this section, but there will not be any lost work or anything.
Sure.
And any point of time our bandwidth allows to go back to those 300, we can do that. So that's my comfort. But yeah, it'll be good to if we make a change, it will be good to kind of at least from that point onward carry on with the change and going, and as a result, we should not adopt just about anything, any idea that comes to us. We should at least ruminate over it. I mean, decide over it for a week or two or whatever. I'm not trying to slow down things, but I'm saying let's take informed decision, keeping the whole plan in mind.
Okay. So if we are, closing shortly, I would say, we have lost Pallavi again.
Yeah, let's continue, and there will always be a recording, right?
Okay, so I would say the key thing to do now is besides getting to the bottom of the list, the next thing would be, because again the model I have in mind is that of a nice big newspaper specialized on Anthropocene and human-earth interaction. And then we, the editors, are the journalists or the main responsibles for choosing, selecting, and eventually creating content on planthro BIBLIO. And then I would like to, if each of us could spend some thinking and some time on picking or selecting a geographic area, but also a content area that they prefer, where they would like to become, like if you have what is the name, correspondent from Boston or from Hyderabad, and so that each of us can choose now.
Technical standpoint, the work on BIBLIO has been replicated to start the work on Wiki, and we've chosen the exact same starting point and are making appropriate changes to kind of fork out the Wiki platform, and the work is going steady. Amit Omkare is working very nicely on it. It's a low pay commitment for him, so there is sometimes it becomes a second priority, but we are all working very professionally on it, and soon we'll be able to. We've, for example, decided on the milestones, and there are 4 milestones in order to achieve what we are calling as the version 2 of Wiki. We are calling it version 2 to be in sync with BIBLIO. And so 4 milestones, and the first milestone should be about achievable, should be around mid of September, and that's when we'll kind of show it to you. The idea is automatic content generation for Wiki with the possibility of editors intervening. And but one of the good things that I want to tell is that some minor improvements that are happening on Wiki are also translatable to BIBLIO, because like I said, we started from the same platform or same template. So for example, in the last few days, we made a change to this change was made to Wiki, but it was translated to BIBLIO also, that for a particular posts page, the big banner, planthro BIBLIO big banner, is not visible anymore. Only a small banner is visible. Now, this was a sort of a common sense thing to do, but we hadn't done it in the last round. And the beauty of actually forking out from the same template is that any improvement to the new round is also at least partially helping to improve things in the current or current version of BIBLIO. So that's something I'm happy about, and continue to see that. There is another thing, for example, the small sticky header with a smaller logo of planthro BIBLIO did not have a hyperlink. We put a hyperlink. So very small things like that, but nevertheless an enhancement. One of the things I wanted to ask, and Andrea, you are on mute. The editor's log, the dashboard.
Sorry. Amit? I've lost Amit.
Okay.
Minor change, and it's okay. if we don't do it.
Okay, Amit, you need to repeat. I haven't got the point.
Okay, I hope you got my point about the website, but
yeah, I saw that, the feedback, but yeah.
But my last point is that the editor's dashboard, where you place all the entries and assign, and editors pick up the entries. I just want to rename it from editor's dashboard to BIBLIO to make it more specific to BIBLIO,
Okay.
because that dashboard is actually serving BIBLIO and nothing else.
Okay.
It doesn't change anything at all, other than that.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine.
Okay, so that's it from my side, and I'm here to listen in further.
Yeah, I'm done with the. Yeah, so I've seen one thing on the. I hear some echo, but can you hear? One thing I noticed is, but again, let's wait.
I'm not getting very clear. Like intermittently, I can hear you guys. Yeah, it's not good.
Okay. If I take the video off, maybe. But what I wanted to say was that as soon as we get a reply from the tax-exempt application, we should be sure that planthro, platform anthropocene, is defined in the right way. So whether we are, well, we won't be a private foundation. So whatever the final definition will be, well, either we take it away or we pick the right one. Multiple sessions. No, it's the only one I have open. Yeah, it's the only one I have, Amit, but it doesn't seem to work well.
Okay, so what about 1023? Sorry.
Yeah, no, when we have a final reply from the New York State Department, we should review our web pages so that we use the right definition, because now platform anthropocene is still defined as a private foundation. So either we move to the final definition that will be chosen, or we just don't mention it.
Right. We need to make it a public charity definition rather than private foundation. Yes. So I think that's just a technical side. And by the way, not New York State; it's the IRS, the U.S. Federal tax application. Yeah. So
Okay.
I think that's a technical point. Not only on BIBLIO, but I don't think we are mentioning it on BIBLIO anywhere. This is a corporate level description.
No, there is on BIBLIO also when you enter a single entry on the right-hand description of planthro.
Oh, got it.
It's mentioned. Anyway, it's just a minor thing.
Okay. Yeah, that whole right section has to kind of improve. I mean, the formatting is terrible, and the planthro doesn't show in right. The word planthro doesn't show in right font and style. So I will improve that, and then I'll take the same. In the same stride, I will at least make it a public charity description.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Okay. Well, I have to leave you. I'm on another call.
Well, let's just quickly ask Pallavi, is there anything from your side further?
No, but I just wanted to ask you, did Peter Legrand contact you on LinkedIn?
He contacted you, basically, did he?
A long time back, and I totally missed it, but I'm seeing it right now. So
Peter Legrand did contact all of us.
Oh, okay.
So, and he's we'll see where that affiliation goes.
All right. Okay. Just
yeah. We've been. I've had 2 meetings already with him, and now, I mean, it has been silent for a while, but we'll try to pick up again after holiday.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Pallavi. Thank you, Amit.
Thank you, Pallavi and Andrea.
All right. Bye.
Have a good weekend. Bye-bye.